are watching this video, make sure you watch it to the end so that you get the whole message. That parenting actually starts from your home even before you go into marriage. Hi, welcome back again. I am Kigod. In case you're meeting me for the very first time, God bless you. Please don't make it your last. Just click on that red subscription button and be part and parcel of this family. And if you have always been here, you know I love you. God bless you so much. I appreciate you. So today, let's talk about family legacies and family values. Most times, a lot of people say that there is no style in parenting, or parenting doesn't have a particular style. But if you ask me, I would want to say that there are styles to parenting. Back in the days, the way our parents, the way they parented us is totally different from what is happening in our generation and in this present generation. So it is the style that changes from time to time, if you ask me. So for anyone to say that there is no particular style in parenting, I don't totally agree with that. And that is the reason when some other persons see what is working in other families, they want to try it out. So you see, there is a particular style. So talking about legacy, well, when you talk about legacy, you're talking about the things. It has to do with things someone inherited from their predecessors. So coming back to the family now, you will say things that children inherit from their parents, properties that children actually inherit from their parents. But my video is basically going to be talking about family values. What values have you been able to inculcate or imbibe in your children? With the rate of moral decadence in our society today, you get to understand and believe with me that a lot is being left undone in our families. And this is why it is needful for you as a parent to begin to think towards the right direction of having a good parenting style. Now, if you are watching this video and you are unmarried, it is not a total waste because it's going to help you. It will be easy for you. This video addresses everybody. Everybody benefits from it. I mean, even if you are not married, maybe you are the first child in your family. Of course, your siblings, your parents so much believe in you and what you will imbibe in them. Do you know that a lot of parents in my generation will always want to leave the inculcation of values into their other children via their elder children? If you understand what I mean. For instance, if you are the first child in a particular family, a lot is expected from you as to how your siblings will behave. If a first child is wayward, for instance, it is concluded or it is in their conclusion that the other siblings will have little or nothing to offer. Now you understand what I mean by saying that parenting actually starts from your home even before you go into marriage. So it deals with every facet of life. Maybe you are even a teacher in the church, maybe in a small private organization where you work. You are actually parenting one or two. So it is something that has to do beyond the family, although the root of parenting actually starts from the family. So it is how you are being imbibed, the values, the lifestyles, the worth that is being imbibed into you as a child that you will also give out to your children or the people that are very close to you. No wonder a lot of parents, by the time they are married and they begin to have children, they don't even know what to give to these children. Because the common saying does. You can't give what you don't have. And so a lot of them are confused. But I want to change that narrative. You can actually give what you don't have if you try to have it. Yes, a lot of us come out from a home where the parenting style and strategies were very poor, very chaotic, very unorthodox. And we grew up with it. Now we are big. Now we have our generation coming after us and we see things going around. And as somebody who wants to make a change, what you do is to read books, you watch videos, you listen, you watch other families and see how they do it. Then it is left for you to pick up those things, those values that are good, and make them your own family values and inculcate them into the life of your children. And that is the reason you see that when a child behaves well, they want to know what family that child is representing. So every child is a representation of you, whether you are the mother or the father. And that is the truth of the matter. I want to read what values are before I go further in this video. So it's a collection of guiding principles, what one deems to be correct and desirable in life, especially regarding personal conduct. So that is what values are. A collection of principles that one considers to be very, very okay, as it has to do with conduct. So parenting has a lot to do with conduct, and that is the reason when we have healthy homes, our society will also be healthy. When we have healthy children, we will also have healthy people in the society. It is not something that anybody will fold their arms and say it doesn't concern me. In the days of our parents, they say the training of a child or children is a community thing, is a communal thing. But back now, in this generation, little or less people will want to tolerate it when you want to imbibe or instill a particular value in their child. Why? You wouldn't blame them. Maybe to them it is not a value in their house, in their family. For instance, when a child is sitting in the midst of people, elderly people, when they are discussing, and that child looks from A to B, virtually picking everything you say, reading your lips. To some people, it is a value to them. And to you, that you see it as something that is not proper. You want to tell that child, come on, go inside. The mother picks offense. Most especially women. I don't know, this is my gender. We have a lot that we need to work on ourselves. So, what kind of value are you leaving behind for your children? What kind of value are you instilling into them? Is there esteem with such kind of values? Will such kind of values speak for you and not against you? Can you be proud and beat your chest and say, yes, I know the kind of children I have produced? That's a very big question. Or those are so many questions that you just need to ask yourself. To some mothers, I'm sorry that I'm mentioning mothers or women more in this. The reason is because we are much more closer to our children than the fathers. But I love it when parenting is done with the father and the mother. But because you are the one that is always at home, you give report to your husband and you include him in the parenting of the children. The agreement should be between the both of you, so that by the time you are saying A to the children, your husband wouldn't be saying Z, because there is no agreement. To some parents, the value they have instilled into their children, what they call training, is food. Every now and then, you are asking them, you are telling them your breakfast is ready, your lunch is ready, your dinner is ready. So to some, that is what and all they know about parenting. And so you raise children that could barely stay without food or skipping a meal without them showing it on their face. And those children become a disgrace, because you can't keep them with a neighbor and go for a program and that child wouldn't cause issue. You can't keep them with a friend or a family and that child wouldn't show the sign of akpiriogologo. You know, I don't know how to interpret it in English, but a child that cannot be able to hold his or her appetite for food just because the mother, that was the kind of value the mother have inculcated into him or into her. Is that the kind of value you are living for your child? To some people, it is abuse in different shapes, size, colors, and in different containers. Abuse in the morning, abuse at noon, abuse at night. And they see it as part of their life. And no wonder, such kind of children, they start showing it right from their tender age. And by the time they become grown women and grown men, you don't say ABC without them giving it to you hot. And some, they laugh about it. But you are offended. And by the time you talk to the person, is it everything you just abuse somebody? You say, now abuse you see us. Now like that we take grow for our house, now say we take the talk. Oh. My mama said, go tell my papa, say, see your head. My father will say, goat like you. And when my parents want to say, hey, where you? Where that horse? Mumu? Elephants, come here. So we don't see it as an abuse. That is a kind of value, which is rather not a value, that some parents have imbibed into their children. To some, they don't have any form of spirituality that they give to these children. They don't know, their children doesn't know there is a God and how to reach this God, how to relate with this God. To some, it is their lifestyle. To some, it is their lifestyle in sense of dressing, in terms of talking, in the sense of wakajube. There are some parents that their homes is not enough for them if they have not gone out. They feel, I've not gone out for 2 days now. No, 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 no. I need to go out. They go out for money, come back late at night. So they become what? Night crawlers. I remember while we were growing up, my father put it as a benchmark. Wherever you go to and you don't come back to my house, 6 p.m., just hang there. And you understand what that means. You are going to hang there. When you hang, the next morning, which person's house are you coming back to? So we grew up to see that that is a value in my family. Except on the days of fellowship, which of course you know that the whole of us are going and the whole of us are coming back. But if you say you are going to see a friend, you are going for a program, you are going to whatever, the benchmark is 6 p.m. you are already in the house. So I grew up with that up till now, you can meet me in my house 247. Apart from my house, the next place you are likely to meet me is maybe I've gone to the market or I've gone to the church. Because of that kind of value that was imbibed into me. But to some parents, the kind of value, the kind of lifestyle, I wouldn't call that a value, the kind of lifestyle you have imbibed into your children is walking about. You cannot attest to any of your child where they are at a particular time, because it is a lifestyle they have seen in you, their mother, in you, their father. Everybody is at east, west, north, and south. You can't just call. Somebody will call you, is Amaka at home? I want to go. You will say yes. Say, I need to call her. You need to call her to find out where she is, because you have. That is the lifestyle they see in your children. Parents, caregivers, please, it is time for us to change the narrative. A lot of us came out from a boisterous home. Our training, my own training, was very rough. Very, very, very rough. And such kind of parenting, I don't want to repeat it in the life of my children. I mean, you train up your children in such a way that they don't have opinion. So their self-esteem is being tampered with. So when others are talking outside, they can't talk. Because at home, their parents shut them down. They tell them that their opinion doesn't matter. And that is the reason, even when you are 30, 40, married, with your wife, with your husband, with children, your parents still want to have a say over you. Because they still see you as that baby that they command and shut up and tell what to do per time. Parenting have changed. Do you know that it is the way you parent your child or children that will warrant how they will relate with you when you begin to get weaker in age? Do you know? You don't sow bitter leaf and expect to harvest apple, for instance. If you don't make friendship, you don't make parenting sweet, you don't make it conducive while inculcating values, while inculcating good lifestyle, while inculcating good character in your children, I tell you what, by the time they grow, that is when you will need them more, and you see that you have fallen apart. Because all we know while we're growing up is shouting, get back, sit down here, come back here. Everything is what? Order and command. And you think these children are respecting you? No, they are not respecting. They are only doing that for a period of time because they are still under your roof. You are paying their school fees. They are dependent upon you because of food and clothing. But right inside them, you are dealing with something in them. And by the time they grow old, they become older, I mean to say. When you're supposed to have a very close bond with them, you discover that you are like this. And no wonder a lot of parents are not in good time with their children. And you are asking why. You begin to say it's demons. There are no demons anywhere. You caused it by your parenting style. Let's put a change. Let's make a change today. Go for the style that is better. The style that will add good values. The style that will bring you and your children together. The style that will help you to go out anytime, anywhere. And nobody will come and tell you your child, your daughter, your son did so and so. And you will say, without saying, no, that's not my daughter. You are mistaken. Please go and check again. How many of us parents can beat our chest and say, no, I know who my child is. I know what I have inculcated into them. No, they can't live like that. So, dare to put a good parenting value. In case you have gone far, you can still make amend from today. You know, that's a beautiful thing. And from that, I will say bye. I remain Nke God, and I will see you in my next.